Hello people, and today I thought I would show you my collection of boxing gloves. They've started off at the beginning kind of like, well, here's like a pair, and over the years I've collected more and more to the point where I think it may be borderline obsession. So I thought I would go in chronological order, kind of my very first pair and kind of progress from there. We'll start off with these Walmart special ones that I bought in 2018. They're 12 ounce, and what I really like about these ones is that they're the puffiest ones that I own. They're definitely not high quality. There's like no support or anything like that for the wrist or anything. But in terms of padding, like it's kind of like getting punched with pillowy mounds of mashed potato. I also really like that the thumb has lots of padding too. Every once in a while you'll throw a punch and like you'll miss, right? But then the thumb will catch their elbow or something like that. Not really like the best attractive gloves. I do like that they're kind of shiny. The shinier the glove, the better, I think. But otherwise, yeah, like just overall, not the nicest, but very fun. So this is kind of like the kind of boxing glove you maybe have just in your basement when you have buddies over that just want to like throw down. You don't even put like wraps on or something. You just want to beat the hell out of each other. This is what you go with. So my next pair I actually bought around, I think it was like fall of 2018, and I went to go visit my sister for her birthday. And she was in British Columbia, and I still remember my parents being like, why is Landon not like hanging out with us? Why is he just like taking her off and so forth? And they kind of put two and two together and figure out I was like boxing with local guys there. I got these in Surrey, British Columbia for $3.99. Really inexpensive. They're actually like a nice Century glove. I love, again, that they're shiny. The padding is more firm, but there's still a lot of padding to them. The only thing is that they have like more of a round kind of contour. So unless you got the punch perfect, it's gonna kind of slide off. And also the thumb isn't that well padded. Again, if you bash that thumb up against an elbow or something, you're gonna injure it. But otherwise, you know, it's a decent glove. Definitely wear wraps with boxing gloves in general. These ones, because they just, the pocket is a little bit, I don't know, too big for my hand. Definitely wraps with these for sure. So then we got these gloves, and these were actually a pretty good deal. They were on sale at Walmart for $20. I bought two pairs actually, but one of the pairs grew legs. So I don't know if someone took them or if I just simply left them someplace or whatever. The color combination is interesting to say the least, kind of loud. They are the few blue gloves that I own, and they're very neon. So it's kind of like you either love it or you hate it. I do like the Velcro strap. It's just a very, very like small portion of the strap is Velcro, and I like that because sometimes with these big Velcro straps, when you box with guys, they'll like kind of yank them over, and the next thing you know, the Velcro is sticking out. And when you're swinging, you're gonna get scraped up by the Velcro. So I do like these, that they're just kind of attached by that small section there. I will say that these gloves kind of scared me because it's kind of like, you know, like a 1970s bar where they have like kind of like leather padding on like the bar structure. It's kind of like someone taking that and smacking you in the face with that. There's just very, very firm padding. So I was really scared of getting hit with these. It hasn't been devastating so far, but I will say that these gloves were the very first ones where I'm like, man, like they now make gloves so firm. So these gloves I got on VarageSale, and it's this awesome app, very popular in my home city. You find items on VarageSale similar to like Facebook Marketplace or Kijiji or, you know, Craigslist, things like that. But then when you say, hey, I'm interested in this item, the people literally just put it in a bag and put it by their mailbox, and they're like, okay, go pick it up. And then you literally just drop off money in their mailbox and take the item. And then you just confirm each other as like the transaction's done. It's super brilliant. Surprised it's not super popular in Winnipeg. But I got these on VarageSale, never even met the seller. And I do like them a lot. The Velcro strap is getting a little bit weak. So again, you have that same issue where sometimes you have to like, you know, make sure that guys have the Velcro on or else you're gonna get scraped up. They're a nice 10-ounce glove and they got, you know, quite a bit of squish to them. A nice quality, I think this might be genuine leather. And just very like, you can like move it around. Some of these gloves are very very solid and you can't really move your hand much. These, I like it when you can kind of move it, you can kind of squeeze a little bit more, and just a nice light glove that throws really nice punches. I like this one a lot. Probably my favorite 10-ounce, to be honest. And then my next 10-ounce that I really like, again, found it on VarageSale. I think these ones were $20. The ones previously were 10, so they were a really good deal, but these ones were 20. And these ones, they're very well used. Like they're just kind of like a little bit dirty, a little bit scuffed up. The Velcro is pretty good on them, but again, they kind of have that issue where if you put them a little bit too tight, you're gonna have that flap. With these ones, you have to be a little bit more careful, but they are a nice 10-ounce. Very, very nicely padded in the front once again. But because they are well used, the pocket on the inside is a little bit loose. So definitely, you know, definitely wear wraps with these. The guy that I bought these from was in East Regina, and I remember he opened the door to give them to me, and as soon as I looked at him, like, dude, I want to fight you. And I think I actually like said like, hey, if you ever want a sparring partner or whatever, let me know. And he's like, oh yeah, I'll think about that. They always say they'll think about that, and then they don't do it. I'll never forget the guy, and yeah, these were his gloves. And he must have been a really good boxer because they are pretty worn out on the inside and the outside. And then we get to these gloves. So I did a sort of like an unboxing of these gloves. They are from Wish, so they're obviously Chinese crap. But for Chinese crap, I love these. They are so good. This is like the kind of boxing glove that if you meet like some dude who's like, let's just throw down hands, let's fucking beat the shit out of each other, these are the gloves to go with. Because even though they do say they're 8-ounce, they're actually 6. I've weighed them and they weigh nothing. And the Velcro is probably the most powerful Velcro of any of the boxing gloves I've ever had. They just adhere so well. And also, you know, for impromptu fights where maybe you don't have wraps or whatever, these are so good because they fit your hands so well. I don't have big hands, so they fit great. And again, that Velcro, it's just like, it's like hermetically sealed. It's like, that ain't coming off. You're never gonna scrape someone with these. And of course, them being white, if people get marked up and busted up, it becomes very apparent. They do actually have some pretty decent padding to them. They got the attached thumb. They're very movable as well. So I really like these. These go in, I have 2 bags. I have my bag of like, okay, we're gonna do some sparring, we're gonna, you know, do a little bit of boxing, and then I have like my bag of like, we're really gonna mess each other up. This goes in my mess each other up bag for sure. So really like these. I don't even want to take them off. I love them so much. I'm gonna put on the other one, because why not? I got 2 pairs of these. This one, unfortunately, is like kind of, you can see the fuzz and so forth. That's like the only downside, but otherwise, the Velcro fits really well, and I love slugging it with these. They just, oh, they feel so nice on the hands, you guys. Like, they're cheap Chinese knockoffs, and I love them. They are just so awesome, so definitely love these. And then we have the opposite. So these gloves are just Everlast 12-ounce. I think I also got them for $10 on VarageSale. I got them like the bad end of town of Regina. These gloves, they're kind of gloves in a way that like the city of Saskatoon's a city. It's, you know, it has things and that's about it. Like, you know, they're movable, they got the attached thumb, but they don't look good. Like they look kind of flat. They're kind of a little bit movable on the inside. They're just, you know, I probably might actually get rid of these because I rarely use them. I only got them because they were cheap. They were $10. It's a boxing glove. whatever. And then we got these ones. These were my very first pair of boxing gloves that actually have this unique feature to them where it kind of has this weird sort of cover over top. Again, very inexpensive gloves. They were $10. They actually had red ones as well, but they sold just before I bought these. That would have been great if I could have got the blue and the red for 20 bucks. The cool thing is that when you do the Velcro cover, and these are nice 10-ounce ones. They're official according to USA boxing specifications. When you put on the glove, it's a little bit of a tight fit, but I'll get them on here. You put on that Velcro. Remember how I was talking about, like, sometimes you swing and that Velcro can sometimes cut you up? These ones, you flip this over and then you don't have to worry about that Velcro at all. It's fantastic. I also like that the thumb is well protected. You can sort of see how the padding goes over top of the thumb. I don't think I've ever injured my thumb with these before. And they're just a nice glove. The only downside is that if I put on these gloves, I can obviously put them on the one hand. How do I do the other hand without someone helping me? So usually in this kind of situation, I have other people wear the gloves, I put them on them, and then I'll put on just like the more regular type Velcro strap and make sure the Velcro strap is on correctly. These are great gloves, they fit really nice, and they have some decent padding to them, so I do like these as well. Shortly after I bought those ones, I bought these ringside ones that are also 10 ounce. And again, they have that nice sort of overlap over the Velcro. The only thing I don't like about these is that, and I guess I'll kind of show you guys what I'm talking about. It's always a struggle. There we go. So put these ones on, put up this thing, flap over top. So again, it's kind of like the same story where you got like the protection over the Velcro, but they're just, again, a little bit too round. If you don't have the perfect punch, they're gonna slide off. The thumb doesn't have that great of padding or protection to them, but the thing that really annoys me is that they're just a little bit too rigid. Like they're just, I can't, like, you know, if I'm putting my hand into a fist, it takes a lot of energy and a lot of effort. And I feel like a boxing glove shouldn't be that way. It should be nice and, you know, easy to manipulate and so forth. But they do have a lot of padding to them, which is nice. And again, I think they're like another official fight glove, which is always a good time. And then we got these gloves. So these ones were actually given to me by my housemate for my birthday, just this past birthday. They're a nice red glove. I know that these were given to me as a gift, and I hate to like burst his bubble, but they are so firm. The glove says that they are designed for sparring, but again, like they got no movement really in terms of like putting them in a fist. And these ones are probably the most firm gloves that I have for like the amount of padding that they have. This is literally like you're getting punched with the dashboard of your car. They can fuck up some people. I've used them very few times, and few experiences with them, but I don't really like them. So I'm sorry if my housemate's watching this. They're not my favorite. I feel like these are gloves that were modeled off of like a more higher end glove, and then they used materials that were like just adequate, if that makes any sense. These are my most recent gloves that I purchased. Got these off of Facebook Marketplace in Winnipeg, and I think they were $20, and they came with a pair of wraps, which are nice. The feeling on the inside, I'm not a fan of. I guess, like, how do I describe it? It's kind of like if you think of like 1980s speakers where they had that like foam fuzzy stuff that went over top of like the big speaker, that's what the inside of this feels like. It's just a weird feeling. They are 16 ounce. The guy that sold them to me said they were 14, but they actually physically say 16 on them. They're pretty darn firm. The thumb, again, like doesn't really have that much padding to them. The guy that I bought these from, we arranged to meet in his car in a parking lot. And as soon as I saw the guy, the same thing, I was like, oh my gosh, like, are you looking for sparring partners? He kind of looked like this like bigger, like douchier looking dude with a goatee. He was very much like the kind of guy I want to box with. At first he was pretty excited. He's like, oh yeah, like how hard do you go? And I kind of say, well, I go as hard as usually the other guy goes, but then it typically escalates where we're beating the crap out of each other. So he said that he has some medical issues. That's why he's selling his gloves. They're a nice glove, again, just a little bit, and it might be because they're 16 ounce, but they do have a little bit of movement in the pocket, but nicely ventilated, decent support around the wrist, so forth. Nothing special, but they're 16 ounce, and I don't have really any other 16 ounce, so those are my gloves. That's what I got. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. I wanted to give you a showing of the different gloves I have. They'll probably change, you know, as the months and years go by. Hope you guys have a great day, and we'll talk to you guys later. Take care. Bye.